Welcome to the Hard Hat Training Series. Today we will talk about process safety management. This standard mainly applies to manufacturing industries, particularly those pertaining to chemicals, transportation equipment, and fabricated metal products. Other affected sectors include natural gas liquids, farm product warehousing, electric, gas, and sanitary services, and wholesale trade. It also applies to pyrotechnics and explosive manufacturers covered under other OSHA rules and has special provisions for contractors working in these covered facilities. Accidental releases of toxic, reactive, or flammable liquids and gases in processes involving highly hazardous chemicals have been reported for years. These incidents continue to occur in various industries regardless of numerous catastrophes that have been splashed across the news. No matter what industry you work in, if your job requires the use of highly hazardous chemicals, there is potential for an accidental release at any time if they are not properly controlled. This, in turn, creates the possibility of disaster. Let's take a moment and revisit a catastrophic release of HHCs. The Bhopal disaster was a gas leak that occurred in December of 1984. It is generally considered to be the world's worst industrial disaster, with over 500,000 people in small towns around the Union Carbide India Limited pesticide plant in Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh, India, being exposed to a toxic methyl isocyanate gas cloud. While injury and death toll estimates vary, the latest numbers indicate that the government paid restitution to just over 558,000 victims. Of those injured, almost 29,000 had temporary or partial injuries, and 3,900 were severely or permanently disabled. Some speculate that as many as 16,000 people have died as a result of the gas leak, about 8,000 at the time of the initial release, and the rest from gas-related illnesses over the years. The cause of the disaster remains under debate. Some argue the disaster was caused by a potent combination of under-maintained and decaying facilities, a weak attitude towards safety, and an undertrained workforce. These issues, activists say, culminated in worker actions that inadvertently enabled water to penetrate the MIC tanks in the absence of properly working safeguards. The other side of the debate claims that it was physically impossible for water to enter the MIC tanks without a concerted human effort. They argue that sabotage allowed the water into the tank, resulting in the leak. This and other disasters like it are the reason the PSM standard exists today. Process safety management is a proactive process used to identify, evaluate, mitigate, and prevent possible releases of highly hazardous chemicals due to failure in process, procedures, or equipment. OSHA established PSM standards to address the potentially catastrophic consequences such a release could have on the health and safety of personnel working on site.